for me, I think this is one of the most historic title runs that you've been on in terms of anyone in the division, just because of how much fight you had to win just to even get to that position. I remember when I was there, the same thing. I was fighting and clawing my way up, and I just choked out Corey Sandhagen, and they were still telling me no. And then after I beat Sandhagen, the UFC bantamweight title was vacant at the time,
Yeah.
but they decided to make Piotr Jan versus Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo was coming off of a loss,
Sorry,
split decision loss.
let me stop you. Title was vacated before you fight for the Sanhagen.
Sanhagen, yeah.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that that Sanhagen and we were the two highest ranked guys
Yeah, you guys supposed to be fight for the
for the
belt.
vacant belt. But I think we were 3-4 fighting for the title, and Jan was 5, and Aldo had just came off a loss, and he was like 7 or 8, something like this. But it's a close fight. He lost, but it's still a close fight. But they gave it to those guys. So I understand like having to wait and wait and wait, and you're just like, what the hell do I have to do? And then even after I beat Sandhagen, instead of giving me the next shot, they wanted to see if Frankie Edgar could come down to 35 and win. He had a really close fight to Pedro Munoz, so they couldn't give it to him. Then they tried to give Marlon Moraes to Sandhagen, and then Sandhagen knocks him out in round 2. So then at that point, you're like, well, there's nobody else because Sandhagen just beat these two guys. Frankie Edgar just beat this guy barely, and now I was like literally the last person.
Wow.
And of course, I finally got the title shot, but it was a terrible, terrible fight. I've talked about that multiple times. Just didn't eat right the first day of the fight. So for me, for you, I think this is a historic run because of how many fights you had to win. It's similar, very similar to Bilal. And then when you finally get to the shot, you make do and you cash out in a big way. So I don't know how does that feel to you? Your first title defense, God willing, everything goes well next weekend. You get another win. It'll be your second title defense. Like, what does all of that mean to you in terms of your career and your journey just to get to this
Yeah.
point?
Uh, Thank you, Arjo. That was a good question. But when I look back now, I don't regret nothing. I'm just happy that how it's happened. It's I'm just grateful that everything how it's happened, because I know that I earn it,
Yeah.
and I don't get like pushed or gifted or something. And
No,
then,
no privilege. No
yeah,
special. I won't say the name. No special privileges.
yeah,
No handouts, and no favoritism in terms of like matchups and stuff. You fought all the hardest guys, and
yeah,
you beat a lot of former champions. I mean, starting with Jose Aldo, then you beat Piotr Jan, you beat Henry Cejudo, you beat not Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley, and now you got to face O'Malley again. I think So we fought who did I fought? Barao, TJ, Henry, Jan. Yeah, we fought the same amount of champs. That's pretty dope. I think that's pretty cool. It's cool to me that like two of us from the
yeah,
same place kind of grew
yeah,
up, and
brother.
now I'm like now we're neighbors. It's like it's you don't see stuff like this that happens,
Bro, it's
and
crazy.
you're on the cusp of just
And you know what's more crazy is like I'm sure you remember those early days that when we used to sparring and it was big difference and there is still the big difference how like you was always better than me and but we was always training push each other always we was giving I mean you humbled me all the time and so like when I know that where I come from like I wasn't like not something special but just I have this hard work mindset and then you you always working hard always getting better always learning new thing and then talented with everything uh, and and then yeah like just how much work and everything you put in and so when I look back like now it was impossible for me to even think to come UFC champion me I was when I lost my first two fight some controversial loss in UFC I was hoping that I can just stay UFC more than and then I can just be UFC fighter. Not I was hoping they're not gonna kick me out from UFC.
yeah.
But and then after that I was focused one by one. I made this bar, and now yeah I'm just grateful like how I how I, like when I look back, I'm just grateful and I'm happy, and everything. Then okay, and then also like now I understand, like now I understand, like yes, we are hard worker and we are true people, and we are I think same page and same. We both, me and you, we both think together. If you are most deserving guy, you get shot. But UFC is also politic. Sometimes they skip the best deserving guys to more big names,
Yeah.
and this is the reality. And we have to understand. I think that's why UFC is the big. I think like when I look, the people, they make two best guys kill each other, and then
Yeah.
you don't have this guy, like first tournament fight, sometimes they have to fight each other, like now, like this Kennedy
Yeah, for
and
Kabilov.
Kabilov, the best two guys, they should split, like until final they should not meet each other,
Yeah.
yeah, like because now, like they first fight, now it's I don't know, it's like
Yeah, and I think one of the message for the younger generation of MMA fighters too is like you said, there's no shortcuts. There's no easy access, and if there is, it's not for everybody. So sometimes I see the younger guys that get a little bit, I guess, envious of some of the other guys. But you have to understand, like, you have to put in your work, and sometimes your path is just different from another person's. And once I understood that, it made fighting and training a lot easier because then I didn't have that resentment or salty feeling towards other fighters.
yeah,
But it doesn't mean I'm not going to still talk about it. But I
yeah,
also know, hey, what he eats doesn't make me shit. And that's just like an old expression that we say, right? So
right,
it's like whatever you do is not going to do nothing for me. I need to do something for myself.
right,
And
yeah, you have to
you,
focus yourself.
yeah, and just like the hard work. I mean, you were working construction all day, early mornings, and then you still drive down to the gym and come do a crazy workout spar. And a lot of guys, some of these younger guys, it's weird because they think like, I don't want to have to work another job while I'm trying to do this. I'm like, where do you get this entitlement from? You know how hard it was for all of us? Like, yeah, it's maybe easier now. There's more sponsorship opportunities and things like that. But don't forget that you still have to pay your dues in order to even get to a point where you can quit your job and live the fighter full-time lifestyle. Like, yeah, this is the biggest and the best organization in the world, but just because you get in doesn't necessarily mean everything else just stops. You still, like, I remember when I got in 2014 and I didn't quit my job till 2017 after I won two fights in a row. I just beat Renan Barao, but I lost the first two fights on my new contract. And I'm thinking, where's my resume? I got to go back to being a teacher because I just thought like maybe this isn't gonna work out the way I thought because I was undefeated. I won my first four fights. I'm one fight away from fighting for a title shot probably if I can finish Brian Caraway. He beats me, then the Sun Sal beats me, and I come back and I win two more, and then I made enough money where I'm like, okay, I'm good for now, but I'm still gonna make sure I do other stuff on the side if I need to. So
Right.
I guess that would be my message to like the younger generation. Like you see two guys like ourselves, we've been working and busting our ass, doing a full time job, and then coming to the gym and working and grinding. It just doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It's a process. And hopefully, if you're lucky enough, if you work hard and you give yourself the opportunity, good things will happen.
100%. So you have six fight in the UFC when you stop working, or more?
No, eight.
Eight fight.
'Cause
And
I after the
then,
six, I lost my last two,
yeah,
and my paid stayed the same, so I didn't make two checks.
yeah.
And
And
then
you see,
I bought a
yeah,
new car.
respect, bro.
And I'm thinking,
Yeah,
okay, I bought a new car, brother. Oh
yeah. I
no, I'm
remember,
paying.
bro.
Yes,
I remember. I remember.
and New York is
Yeah,
expensive.
exactly. And then because you very independent person and you just don't want to be broke and you want to take care of your family, yourself, your fiance, and then yeah, you can you have to have a plan B, and then you have to have some profession and you have to stay busy, like exactly like I think I'm very lucky, to I got here, and like when I say I don't regret nothing, I don't regret. Yes, I was working wherever road I go. I guess I have to do this. But yeah, you're right. The young generations, they have to, uh, uh, yeah, like not or like like be broke and training,
Yeah,
because
it's an opportunity. That's the way I look at it. It's like you get the opportunity to fight. Doesn't mean it's a guarantee. And I think you have to just be grateful that you have a chance to do something that's even some people don't even have the chance to do, right? So
yeah.
just making the most of the opportunity, and if it works out, and even keeping in perspective, how many guys actually make it to the top 5 in the world? How many guys actually make it to become a title challenger in the world?
Oh,
And how many guys actually become a champ and
exactly.
then could defend the belt?
Right.
It's very small odds. So when you just think about it like that, you just keep it in perspective. It's like, hey, I'm gonna make sure I'm secure in myself. And again, if it was easy, if you could just, hey, I'm just gonna sleep in and wake up, go train 1 or 2 times a day and relax all day, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's a grind. This is a hard sport.
To be successful in MMA, you have to think about for wrong road. It's not like, yeah, you can have a one fight and you can quit, but it is not gonna.
Not smart.
Yeah,
Not the
like,
smartest.
no, exactly. Like this, you cannot live like that. You cannot live with MMA. So if you wanna be, you have to, like, this is like wrong road. Like if you stay more years, then the later comes name, then respect and money and stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is like a long road, and you have to be ready to, like, cut weights and be disciplined. Like don't think like shortly. I'm gonna just, like,
It takes time.
it takes time.